Hello, my name is Sydney Allen. I'm 16 years old. I'm a member of the Paulsbo branch of the Kitsap Regional Library, and I'll be reading my short story, which was the third place winner in the 2011 short story contest. A walk in the city, a rest on the tracks. The metal walls on either side of the stiff wooden tracks are cold against her bare legs, like icy blades prodding her skin. The tingling creeps down into her toes, up through her arms, into her brain. Her body shivers from the iron's touch, a jarring motion moving its way through her nerves, her flesh, her senses. She convulses as the whites of her eyes look out on the tree-speckled landscape, painted with the azure expanses of the horizon. Her pupils look away from the disfigured clouds, glaring back into her memory. The globe fills up with crystal shards. The nice gentleman hands her a pipe and a lighter, smiling a charming smile. Not every day that chivalry comes with a buzz. It's too bad she doesn't know his name. Then again, it's not like she'll be paying with a check, and the nice gentleman knows it. As they squat on the wooden brackets, hunched over their alabaster prize, she revels in the rush of danger, enhanced by the ever-present threat of a racing locomotive. The fire lights, and she sees smoke crawl up the glass chimney. Breathing deeply, she feels lightning in her skull. Pupils returning to the cerulean vista, she contemplates the beauty of what lies before her. The beauty of the dingy tracks where she came to sin. The beauty of the once blood-speckled dirt coating the ground. The beauty of the memories of pain and lust left on aged lumber by the nice gentleman. Shaking herself from such a pleasant reverie, she stands and walks along the rocky earth towards the hustle and bustle of the city lights in the distance. Now treading on cracked cement rather than crumbled soil, she looks around the streets, head pounding, colors mixing together, and tries to take in the scene. Anxiety-ridden students dash for the bus, grasping Starbucks lattes as if this generation's Java will jolt their minds enough to please the professor of the hour. Adjoined golden arches glow on every corner. Inside, pustule-ridden juveniles make minimum wage slinging by-product patties, while immigrants slop up spilled grease, with children gorged on not-so-happy meals too broad to slide down the neon tubes so conveniently provided by the resident leering harlequin. Billboards boast the latest supplement, guaranteed to cut fat and gain friends. Silly Oz. He'll never admit the frail catwalk runners in the image next to him don't keep much else down. The lamp-post crackles dimly, shedding a dull yellow glow on an overflowing waste bin. A broken condom, a used syringe, a newspaper celebrating the deaths of men. But no one bothers to ponder the rubbish, so wrapped up in Armani suits and personal affairs. No one but her. She stumbles on the concrete, her vision flitting from reality to a surreal hell. Streetlights blaze red instead of yellow. Demonic vendors peddle deals with the devil instead of hot dogs. Spirits moan and wail instead of civilians laughing. Piercing noises everywhere. Her eyes roll back. She looks down at the little plastic stick and gazes blankly at the plus sign staring back at her. The small blue cross-section forms a grotesque pair of lips. "What are you going to do now?" the lips coo, licking themselves with satisfaction at her blank, unseeing expression. "How will you take care of it? How will you feed it? How will you love it? How can you love it?" The lips cackle, horrible shrieking static, sending pulses through her brain. She throws the lifeless stick at the wall. Staggering towards the mirror, she casts her eyes upon the sallow features of her face. "Mary," the imitating glass whispers, delicate reflection trembling with each syllable. "Mary, help me. Help me change. Make me proud. Make me strong. Make me unbreakable." She pokes and prods, trying to contort Mary's face, her face, into that of another. "Make me someone else," the mirror begs. "Mary, please, make me someone else." But she's stuck in her flesh, and no matter how much she may desire otherwise, the question posed by the little blue stick, dead on the linoleum, lingers. What will she do with it? Then again, there's nothing a little knife and anesthesia can't fix, right? She looks towards a sign, East Side Gynecology. How convenient that the nice gentleman provided her a loophole from old Mr. Hyde. She takes a few steps toward the door. Inside, she sees the innards of a sterile white box, illuminated by overhead lights, flickering every few seconds, as if to offset the forced perfection of the lobby. Her head swims, her body swaying back and forth to the maniacal melody in her ears. Images flash, filled with mangled flesh, bloody scalpels, a feeble, lifeless hand, never to know any more love than the momentary touch of cold, unfeeling latex. Her conscience screams that she needs to leave this place, leave it before the urge to slice her womanhood until a life bleeds onto the surgical table overtakes her. Escaping the cries of car horns and sirens, she stumbles back up the gravel-coated hill, returning to where she began her journey, the tracks. Looking ahead, she encounters the two separate paths. One track, two track, red track, blue track. A delusional smile creeps across her face as she deliberates. Which, oh which train will come first? Set in the fates of both herself and her inner companion, they lie, their intertwined bodies, on hard timber, metal rails still cold against their singular skin. Awaiting the arrival of their train, they gaze up at the white cumulus blobs mottling the otherwise flawless sapphire atmosphere. Why would they want to live in a city, or rather, a world of imperfection? Far off in the expanse of their vision, they can see the billows congealing, forming a clotted barrier between the radiant sky and the dank earth below. Why would they want to live in a world where the shadows of skyscrapers, or rather, the shadows of darkness, constantly block the lights of the heavens? Comforted by the thought of their departure from that bleak, cloudy reality, they close their eyes, the cold metal now warm against their skin, the stiff wooden tracks now soft under the weight of their blood and flesh. Drifting into the recesses of her psyche, where she and her incipient love are one mind, one body, her consciousness hardly notices the bright lights to the left, hardly notices the shaking of metal, hardly notices as her body exhales a sigh of relief. She hears the locomotive thunder, feels the impact. As her ragged body merges with the now crimson wooden tracks, Mary knows that Gabriel has come to relieve her of her unborn savior.